I'm not sure if you can see it. It looks kind of invisible with the metal surface around it and the black paint skin under it. This is an old paint skin I'm going to be reworking on a sheet of plexiglass. It's not on the plexiglass yet. It's still a piece of acrylic skin, basically paint skin. It is on its side because of the angle of the camera. It is an over-the-shoulder shot that was hard to get right, partly because I'm zooming in more than usual, and partly because I was trying to fit as much of this vertical painting as I could in this horizontal space. Originally, the paint skin was a black and white image of 3 trees in front of a wall. I temporarily stuck it on a metal cookie sheet with a spray of water so that I could work on it some more. And that is what I'm doing now. I was not happy with it, and here I am going over it to improve it. I am using 2 brushes, feeling out the old drawing and trying to get back into the headspace I was in at the time. Eventually, I fall into a little groove where one brush puts on the color and the other teases it and moves it around. The idea behind this drawing came from something I see once in a while. There are bushes or hedges up against a wall, and it is something that calls my attention. The plants are usually well groomed, and they feel like 2 or 3 discrete objects that happen to come together at the top where the leaves combine. That is the only idea behind this, nothing more. The reason I'm trying to fix this drawing is because of that discreteness which attracted me so much in the real thing was lost in the convoluted linear drawing. I'm trying to separate the parts with the added brushstrokes and throw in some color in the process. I'm doing the two-handed technique because I wanted some of that push-pull in the color. One brush makes a mark, and the other manipulates it somehow. I like the results in this case. It doesn't always turn out that way though. I find that going back to an old drawing or painting a few years later is risky for 3 reasons. First of all, you're trying to go way back to an idea that you might have had about the work that was an essential part of it. You have to address that any which way you can. And you have to keep in mind that your memory of the work dynamic will not likely be complete because it was a few years ago. And now you are dealing with what you can remember. And you might not be remembering enough. Second, there's a chance you might be ruining an older work. Regardless of how unsuccessful your drawing was, once you add things to it at some later juncture, you're destroying the record of that time. It will never be the same again. And honestly, you can't fix everything in your career and in your life. You have to take these less than stellar results, accept them, and move on. Finally, there are times when I look back at an older work and actually like it better than when I first brought it to some resolution. So you could change your mind about older work. I haven't been painting from trees recently, but I used to take hikes and bring what I saw back to my studio. It was an interesting experiment because I work from memory. I don't use any type of reference when I draw or paint. What complicated my tree paintings was that I didn't know a thing about tree characteristics of any trees. I didn't know trees at all. So I could be painting an oak and not know it's an oak and not be familiar with the characteristics that identify the oak. This makes my trees a hybrid of memorized observations and my own details, which probably made plants from other worlds and other star systems, but not plants from this world. The plants I'm making here may be one of these mixed things because I have no idea what type of plant it is. I drew it originally with an image in my head and worked off of it until it was done. And now I'm reworking it so that it works with my original intentions, but the old image from my memory is long gone. This kind of thing is working from intuition. That is really what I'm doing here. I'm making changes according to what feels right and hoping that that is enough. That's it? The two-handed technique helps me manipulate the color areas more effectively. It is also quicker because I don't have to put down one brush to pick up another brush with the same hand every minute. At this point, one brush is the sharp one, and the other is an older one whose bristles are fanning out more, allowing me to spread the applied color. That second brush gives those areas a fuzzier look. You might be curious to see what the results are. Here it is as a finished painting. Let me know what you think. And if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.